Got it?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Which comes in after that, and that's Evelyn.
Yeah, and
Tanya.
Actually, Tanya, why don't you introduce her to the camera?
Is it rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling.
This is Evelyn Dupre.
Are you a frame filler? I am a frame filler. Always wanted to be one of them.
How did you find out about this project?
Oh, from this wonderful lady. Amanda. It was Amanda.
It's all about pop darts.
Yeah. And so have you had a good day so far?
It's been great. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun actually. I didn't know what to expect, so yeah, it's been really cool.
Oh, yeah, cool. What's been the highlight of your day so far?
The champagne. Oh, I didn't say that.
I think actually, to be honest, listening back to all of the choir that we had, the vocal ensemble.
Me too.
That was sensational. Yeah, that was sensational.
So what made you join in this project when you heard about
Oh,
it?
you were involved.
Oh,
The charity aspect, obviously, and the multicultural. I mean, yeah, sort of as Amanda sent out an email asking if we wanted to be involved in this charity song. That was always, it's always been likened to "We Are the World," so we referred to it as the "We Are the World" thing for a long time. And and that sort of roped all of us in. And it's funny because We Are the World's got so many different singers, well-known singers, whereas we're independent artists and we're all from completely different backgrounds, nationality-wise. And it's just become more and more interesting as it's unfolded.
so how did both of you feel standing in a room with about 25 other amazing singers?
It was great. Enlightened, yeah.
It was great,
awesome.
just the energy and the spontaneity and the wall of sound. It was
Yeah, the wall
fantastic.
of sound. That's
Yeah,
exactly it.
Yeah.
fantastic.
And it's funny, everyone's got their own strong voice, but you put it together and it's stronger than the sum of its parts.
Very angelic and just awesome. Yeah, very powerful.
Yeah, it was good.
Behave, sit up straight, people are watching.
Audio, video, uno, deo, dano. Good work.
And
Well, I'm a Pakistani-born singer-songwriter, and I'm here in Sydney trying to develop a project and work on a project that could be beneficial for all the independent artists in the business and for all the people who are trying to make an effort, all the artists who are trying to make an effort to make a contribution, and they couldn't in the past because you have to be signed to a label and you have to be promoted properly to get somewhere in the music industry. But because of the digital revolution and because of iTunes and because of all the things that are happening in the digital world, I think it's possible now for artists to independently release their records and to create a niche for themselves and to make a contribution and to prosper from their music without having to run after a record label and trying to find somebody who believes in you. You really don't need that anymore. If you believe in yourself, you can make things happen. Well, I worked in LA as a sound engineer and a music producer and and an artist for about good 14 years, but I would say about 7-8 years of those years were totally constantly working in the recording studio, developing a sound, and I had realized at a very early stage of my career that sound engineering is a crucial element that you need to have. So I went after it, and I did that, and I worked in studios all over LA, and you name a studio and I've been there. After doing that for a few years, I realized it was time to move on and do my solo career move. And I saved some money, and I had a situation happening with a record label where they were willing to give me a development deal if I was to give them a few songs. And I went on and I developed those songs, but it didn't take 6 or 7 months. It took about a good 7-8 years before I had a few songs that I really liked. So I released an album on my own label, and I've always been into this independent artist thing, and that you really don't need a record company. You got to start it on your own, and you got to make a niche for yourself, find a market, and discover yourself throughout the process. That was the main thing for that, and that's what I did. And I recorded an album with Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. That went pretty big, and it was a good thing for me because he was somebody I really wanted to work with, and he had just done Dead Man's Walking soundtrack, and he was respected in the industry, and it was the right place to be at the right time, so I had to work with him, which kind of launched my career in India and in other places of the world where Nusrat is cherished.